Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're busting some of the most common misconceptions you've probably heard and maybe even believed yourself. Let's dive into the myths and see what science has to say. Let's start with the classic. You can catch a cold from being cold. It sounds logical, but is it true? Actually, colds are caused by viruses, specifically the rhinovirus. Cold weather itself doesn't cause sickness. What happens in the winter is that people tend to stay indoors more, which increases contact with others and makes it easier for viruses to spread. So, no, you won't catch a cold just by being cold. Next, the common misconception that humans evolved from chimpanzees. This one is pretty widespread. The truth is, humans and chimpanzees share a common ancestor, but we didn't evolve from chimps. Our evolutionary paths split about 6 to 7 million years ago. So think of us as distant cousins who share a common ancestor, not direct descendants. Here's one that's been around forever. Touching a toad will give you warts. But that's simply not true. Warts are caused by the human papillomavirus, HPV, not by toads. The rough skin on a toad might look like warts, but they can't give you one. So feel free to handle those toads. Warts won't be an issue. Myth 4. Ostriches bury their heads in the sand. Moving on. The myth that ostriches bury their heads in the sand to avoid danger. This one's been around forever, but it's totally wrong. Ostriches don't bury their heads to hide. When they sense danger, they run. They're one of the fastest animals on two legs. When you see an ostrich lowering its head, it's usually turning its eggs or checking on its nest, not hiding from threats. Myth 5. Alcohol kills brain cells. Let's clear up the myth that alcohol kills brain cells. This one sounds pretty dire, but the science says otherwise. While excessive drinking can harm your brain function and damage dendrites, the parts of your brain cells that send signals, it doesn't literally kill brain cells. Moderate drinking won't cause you to lose brain cells, but drinking too much can interfere with how your brain communicates. Myth 6. Touching a baby bird will make its mother abandon it. Here's a myth that often stops people from helping baby birds. If you touch a baby bird, its mother will abandon it. But this isn't true at all. Birds have a poor sense of smell, so touching a baby bird won't cause its mother to abandon it. In fact, if you find a baby bird on the ground, it's usually best to put it back in its nest. The mother will still take care of it. Here's one for all you adventurers. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth. While Everest is the highest above sea level, it's not the tallest mountain overall. That title goes to Mauna Kea in Hawaii. When measured from its base, which is mostly underwater, Mauna Kea stands over 33,500 feet tall, taller than Everest's 29,000 feet. So while Everest gets all the attention, Mauna Kea is technically the tallest mountain. Myth 8. Dogs sweat through their tongues. Here's one for all the dog lovers. Dogs sweat through their tongues. You've probably seen your dog panting on a hot day and thought they were sweating, but they're not. Dogs actually sweat through their paw pads, not their tongues. Panting helps them cool down, but sweating only happens through their paws. So next time your dog is panting, you'll know they're just trying to regulate their body heat. Myth 9. Einstein failed math. Here's a surprising one. Einstein failed math. It's often said that one of the greatest minds in history struggled with math, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Einstein was actually a math whiz. By the time he was 15, he had already mastered calculus. The myth probably started from a misunderstanding of his school's grading system. So, no. Einstein didn't fail math, he excelled at it. Myth 10. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. And finally, the myth that the Great Wall of China is visible from space. You've probably heard this one before, but it's not exactly true. The Great Wall is long, but it's too narrow to be seen from space with the naked eye. Astronauts can't see it without some form of optical aid. So, while it's an impressive structure on Earth, you won't be spotting it from the International Space Station anytime soon. That's a wrap on some of the biggest myths we debunked today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating facts and deep dives into common misconceptions. Have any myths you want us to bust next? Drop them in the comments below. See you next time.